The gavel cracked like a gunshot in the dead silence of the courtroom as judge. Lehman threw down his papers and stormed out, not for a recess, not for the day, but seemingly for good. The reason? Ryan Reynolds, Hollywood's golden boy known for his quick wit and charming social media presence, had just detonated a truth bomb so explosive it threatened to obliterate the carefully constructed empire of his own wife, Blake Lively. This wasn't just another celebrity scandal. This was a Shakespearean tragedy playing out in real time, with millions watching as one of Tinseltown's most powerful couples tore each other apart in the most spectacular fashion imaginable. The fuse for this explosive situation was lit months earlier when Justin Baldoni filed his $400 million lawsuit against Blake Lively, alleging defamation and a calculated campaign to sabotage his career. What should have been a straightforward legal matter took a sinister turn when a mysterious affidavit surfaced signed by Daily Mail reporter James Fatousek completely flipped the narrative, painting Baldoni as the aggressor and Blake as the innocent victim. This single document became the cornerstone of Blake's legal defense, cited more than a dozen times in court proceedings and forming the bedrock of her entire case strategy. But here's the devastating truth that would later emerge. It was all an elaborate fabrication, a house of cards built on lies and deception. Insiders with direct knowledge of the situation reveal the affidavit was born in a clandestine meeting between Blake's he-powered legal team and top Daily Mail executives at the Peninsula Hotel in Beverly Hills. There were hushed conversations in shadowy corners, documents being passed under tables, like some Cold War spy thriller recounts. A hotel employee who witnessed the encounter. The tension in that room was so thick you could practically taste it. The price tag for this piece of legal alchemy? Multiple sources confirm that upwards of $250,000 exchanged hands in what appears to have been a blatant attempt to make Baldoni's lawsuit disappear into the ether. Then came the moment that would change everything. On June 25th, at precisely 2:37 a.m. PST time, carefully chosen for maximum impact when East Coast media would be asleep and West Coast night owls would be most active, Ryan Reynolds, the same actor who built his public persona on self-deprecating humor and playful social media banter, transformed overnight into Hollywood's most unlikely and devastating whistleblower. His Instagram post wasn't just another celebrity sharing their thoughts, which a digital nuclear bomb detonating in the heart of Blake's carefully constructed defense. The post contained a treasure trove of damning evidence. Leaked emails showing Daily Mail editors conspiring with Blake's team, timestamped legal documents proving evidence tampering, and perhaps most damaging of all, confidential text messages between Blake and her publicist Leslie Sloan that included chilling phrases like, "We need to take Baldoni down at all costs," and "Money is no object when it comes to protecting my reputation." But the real killer blow came in the caption, just 5 simple, devastating words: "The truth needs to come out," followed by a single flame emoji that would come to symbolize the entire scandal. The post went viral at warp speed, racking up millions of views within minutes and actually crashing Instagram servers in multiple countries due to the unprecedented traffic. This wasn't some drunken late-night rant or impulsive emotional outburst, observes a top social media strategist who analyzed the post. Every element of that post, from the precise timing to the carefully curated selection of documents, was calculated for maximum damage. This was a surgical strike that had been months, possibly years, in the making. As the digital wildfire spread across social media platforms, James Fatousek, the Daily Mail reporter whose name appeared on the now infamous affidavit, found himself holed up in a nondescript holiday inn outside Phoenix, watching in horror as his professional life unraveled in real time. He knew the moment Ryan's post went viral that his career was over, reveals a close friend of Fatousek's who spoke on condition of anonymity. Within 48 hours, Vitusa had retained Mark Geragos, the same high-profile defense attorney who represented Michael Jackson and Chris Brown, and dropped his own Bombshell. The affidavit had been coerced, and he had the evidence to prove it. The smoking gun emerged in the form of a series of increasingly panicked text messages Vitusa had sent to his wife during the affidavit process. "They're forcing me to sign this or I'm finished, ... I haven't. Slept in 3 days, ... This is going to destroy an innocent man's life." Even more damning were the recorded voicemails Vitusa produced from Daily Mail executives that included not-so-veiled threats about professional consequences if he didn't cooperate. The revelations sent shockwaves through media circles, with journalism ethics boards calling it one of the most egregious cases of press misconduct in modern history, and several media watchdogs calling for criminal investigations, just when it seemed the scandal couldn't possibly get any more explosive. Investigative journalists uncovered the shadowy role of Van Zen, LLC, a Delaware-registered shell company with disturbing ties to both Blake's legal team and a notorious private intelligence firm known for its work with authoritarian regimes. Court documents suggest Van Zen was used to illegally obtain Baldoni's private communications through methods that would make a CIA operative blush: hacked iCloud backups, compromised email servers, and most shockingly, what appears to have been a honey trap operation targeting Baldona's personal assistant. These aren't just dirty tricks or aggressive legal tactics. This is potentially criminal behavior that could land people in federal prison, warns a former U.S. attorney who reviewed the evidence. "We're looking at possible violations of the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, among other statutes, all of which carry serious jail time." Perhaps the most shocking twist in the Van Zen saga. Financial paper trails suggest that Ryan Reynolds' own production company may have unknowingly funded some of Van Zen's operations through a series of convoluted production deals and shell companies, meaning the Deadpool star might have inadvertently bankrolled the very operation that would ultimately lead to his wife's downfall. The irony is almost too much to bear, notes an entertainment industry accountant familiar with the matter. Ryan was essentially paying for the rope that would hang Blake's defense. Behind the sensational legal drama and media frenzy, a more intimate tragedy was unfolding: the complete and total destruction of what was once considered Hollywood's most stable and enviable marriage. Sources close to the couple describe a relationship that had been crumbling for months before the public ever knew anything was wrong. They stopped wearing their wedding rings in private as early as last April, reveals a longtime family friend. The fights became legendary. We're talking shattered antique vases, holes punched in walls, security being called to the house at 3 a.m. on multiple occasions. The final breaking point, according to multiple insiders, came when Ryan allegedly discovered that Blake had been secretly recording their private conversations, possibly for legal leverage in the mounting Baldoni case and their impending divorce. That's when Ryan went from hurt to absolutely furious, says one insider. The Instagram post wasn't just about justice or clearing his conscience, it was payback of the highest order. Their sprawling Pound Ridge estate, once the picturesque setting for countless idyllic family photos that graced magazine covers, has reportedly become a war zone, with the couple communicating only through teams of lawyers and their 3 young daughters allegedly staying with Blake's parents to shield them from the fallout. The professional and financial repercussions have been nothing short of catastrophic. The Daily Mail's parent company has seen its stock price plummet 17% since the scandal broke, wiping out hundreds of millions in market value. 3 senior editors have resigned amid allegations of witness tampering and ethical violations. Judge Lehman now faces judicial misconduct investigations for what appears to have been blatant favoritism toward Blake's legal team during the proceedings. Meanwhile, Baldoni's attorneys are preparing to file new charges, including racketeering and civil conspiracy, that could potentially treble the damages in the original lawsuit. For Blake personally, The damage to her once pristine public image has been devastating. Major sponsors are fleeing in droves. Her lucrative $20 million L'Oreal contract is currently under review, while Chanel has quietly removed her from an upcoming global campaign. Even her beloved lifestyle brand, Betty Buzz, has seen sales crater by 40% as #boycott Blake trends worldwide and fans destroy her products in viral videos. This isn't just a scandal, it's a complete and total brand annihilation, observes a top crisis PR specialist. We haven't seen a fall from grace this spectacular since ... well, maybe ever in Hollywood history. Industry analysts remain stunned by the strategic brilliance of Ryan's calculated leak. He waited until Blake's legal team had fully committed to their story in sworn court documents before pulling the rug out from under them. Notes a veteran entertainment lawyer. Now they're trapped, Tiff. They changed their story. It's perjury. They stick to it. The evidence proves it's false. It's absolute legal checkmate. But this victory has come at an enormous personal cost for Reynolds. While his public